Hey guys, for me, it's been a matter of about an hour, but for you guys, you haven't seen me since Tuesday. Today is Thursday for you guys. It is still Wednesday for me last week. So, guys, I have an outdoor item. You guys know I'm friends with the guys over at Fiberlight Fire Starters. They sent me an item a while back. I'm just getting around to filming this. There's going to be some of this that I film later this evening so I can show you how this works. But we are going to talk about another Fiberlight Fire Starter product. So before we get into it any further, guys, if you're watching on headphones, turn down the volume because here comes a little bit of probably some rowdy, rock's music, because I think I'm going to put something rocky in there. Just some rock and roll. So just a quick plug for the guys over at Fiberlight Fire Starter. They are just up front, they are a veteran-owned and operated business in the United States. All their stuff is American-made products, except their ferrocerium rods, which there are no American ferrocerium rods. They all come from China. So I've got some stuff here that they sent me. I'm going to turn this around and show you. We're going to do an upfront look at it, but these are what they call nuggets. They call them the Fiberlight Fire Starter Fire Nuggets, and it is a byproduct of them making their shredded materials, which is a wax impregnated tinder. But what happens during that process is sometimes the wax doesn't melt, sometimes it doesn't get distributed, and they build up these big, and some of these are really big, these big nuggets of wax and tinder together. And Justin and I had talked about it. He had said, hey, we've got these things. He showed a video and he goes, would these be something that people might be interested? I was on the live feed. I told him, yeah, I think that these would be great if you're in a situation where you have limited tinder. This really doesn't take up that much more space. If you're limited on the amount of tinder, this gives you something that could bridge that gap between the small little shaved stuff that you put on if you can get some tinder on top of that and some small wood. This is something that's going to burn at a hotter temperature for longer and provides you, something that would be a little bit easier to start a fire if you needed to. So we're going to get everything turned around, show you what they sent me. I have some other products here mixed in with some other stuff. Actually, I have just a ferrocerium rod that they sent me. They have some of the best ferrocerium rods I've seen, as far as not better sparking or anything like that, but how they feel in hand and ease of use. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna get this set up. I'm gonna turn this around. We're gonna look at the bottom. And then later this evening, after it gets a little darker, we'll light one off so you guys can see it burn, and we'll do a time lapse of how long one of these nuggets burns. I just gotta find something that I can burn it in without burning down the yard. So, all right guys, hang on a second and I'll meet you down at the counter. Hey guys, I didn't put the Chris Reeves towel down because I don't want to get wax all over it and then have to clean it and things like that, maybe get a stain on it, because these are wax. So what these are, like I said, we'll take a good close look at them as soon as I can get the bag open. These are, like I said, a byproduct of their small tinder that they make, the little cans of tinder, and these are just clumps of wax and wood together that just didn't get shredded up. And usually what they had been doing was they would just throw this in, melt it back down. But they were like, you know what? These might serve a purpose. And I told them I thought that they would. So I'm gonna, a little bit later, we're gonna spark one of these off and light them. But you can see it's just wax and wood together. Let me see if I can break it in half. You can see nice soft wax. These things, I saw Justin light one off just with a ferro rod. And so you can break these up, spread them around. And I think these will burn longer than just the regular tinder because there's a lot more wax and fuel in there, almost a candle effect. That could backfire. But so this is a big one. Look at that. That's almost a baseball size one, I would say. But these are something that you could have in your pack, and you basically pack them around. You can start a fire with them. They have some of the best ferrocerium rods, the fire sticks out there that they're selling. And if you can get one of these. Now, they did send me something that you don't see here. I'm digging in my pocket to pull out. they are unable currently to get ferrocerium rods from China because of, you know, all the stuff that's going on in the world. They can't get those. So they entered into a deal with BIC, which is a US-based company, US-made product. And so they are selling these along with their kits. It's just a BIC lighter to go with it since they can't get the ferrocerium rods. So this is how it came. I would imagine this is what you would get if you ordered it. I don't have a price point for you, but you can always check FiberLite Firestarter.com and see what they got. Now we will, like I said, there'll be some additional content coming in here in the middle for that. But I also wanted to mention the shirts that are coming. Justin Lair from FiberLite Firestarter bought a bunch of printing stuff for silk screening because they didn't like print on demand. So they have actually started a company called Ember Co. And if you were to watch on my Instagram, I put an Ember Shirt Co. sticker on my safe. So let's turn this around and I'll tell you about that as well. So what Ember Shirt Co. is it was basically their answer because they didn't like any of the print on demand services. I have to agree with them. I tried to set up a merch store through Teespring, I think, and it was such a pain, and the amount of money that you actually made on it really wasn't there. And so what they did was they started their own print on demand service with higher quality stuff. So they're going to use high quality shirts and things like that. As you guys know, I have a merch store. I have it through Full30.com, and Full30.com set that up for me. And some of the items I've been happy with, and some of the items I haven't been as happy with. The t-shirts are great, the coffee cups are great. I loved the sweatshirt when I got it, but it didn't seem to hold up. Well, here's the flip side of it. Ember Shirt Co., from what I understand, is going to take up the merchandise printing for garments for Full30. So that's going to change a lot of sweatshirts and things like that. I have seen the way their prints are coming out. They look great. So just know that they are sending me shirts from Ember Shirt Co. You'll be seeing that coming in the future that I am co-branded with, where it has a picture of the sea snake on the front, a Ember Shirt Co. logo on the back. On one sleeve is an American flag, on the other is my channel logo, which I am going to start incorporating into this intro. I'm going to take out the business card thing. So this is just a little bit of extra in the middle. So the next thing you guys are going to see is once it gets darker, I am going to set up, probably just do it on a cinder block. I'm going to set up so that we can actually strike one of these nuggets off, and I'll do a time lapse and we'll record it and see how long they burn. So might be boring. So, you know, I'm going to try and film the outro. I might set up, it might be dark out. I might set up my ring light and film it outside so I'm not bothering the family. But yeah, that's what we're going to do next. So hold on for that. Guys, I'm trying to get content out for you. Please be forgiving if some of the content is not what you're typically used to seeing. So I will see you momentarily. For you, for me, it's probably going to be a matter of a few hours. So guys, I am historically not a patient person, so I'm going to tell you I'm getting very frustrated with this video right now. This is the second time I've had to film this. I was out here for 17 minutes filming while this burned, and it didn't record any of it. So, getting frustrated, about ready to start throwing and kicking things. So what we're going to do is, I've got the tripod set up. We're going to do this again. I'm going to light this off. I'll see if I can get it with the ferro rod this time. But last time I had to use a lighter. So hang out just a second. I'll get this set over here. I'll get filmed in on it. I'll zoom in so we can see it. We'll see how long it burns. Like I said, last time it burned, I want to say 12 or 13, no, I'm sorry, 11 minutes and 20 seconds, which it's a pretty good burn time for some stuff that you're gonna be throwing up under tinder. It's protected and, you know, have other things lighting it, keeping the heat on it. This is it burning by itself, just in the base of an old 5-inch gun system powder charge. This is the gun system I worked on in the Navy. I was a 5-inch technician. This is the base of the powder charge for that round. So it's stacked. So it fires a 70. You put this in, it's about waist high, a little bit higher than waist high, like midriff high on me. And then you put the round on top of it. It's as tall as I am. It's a big, big, big gun. So, but yeah, we're going to use that because that's an ashtray that I use when I have company over. If they want to smoke, I have an ashtray out here. So give me a second. I'll get this turned around. It's starting to get chilly. I want to get this started and done so I can get this edited and out to you guys. So, all right, I'll see you over there in just a minute. Something I neglected to mention is this is their logo. When I said that they went in on a deal with BIC, this is the Fiberlight Fire Starter logo. So all of the lighters that come with these kits now have the Fiberlight Fire Starter logo. But we're gonna try and spark it off with that ferrule rod. So let me get everything set up and I'll get this started. This is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna start a stopwatch right now. If I can get it to burn. So I was trying it with the ferrule rod. I think you would need to break it up a little bit. I'm just being impatient. So we're just gonna let this run through. I'll speed this up in post, just like I said I would last time. Let's get all the other flammable materials out of the way here. Break this up just a little bit. That will probably help our cause a little. And we're gonna I said I would probably be inclined to break one of these up. These are packed fairly tight, but we're gonna see how long it burns. So I started the stopwatch. It should get going here. This is about how it did last time. This one's burning a little slower. This one was pretty tightly packed. I said if you were going to do this out in the field, I would break it up a little bit. I think that would be a little more optimal.
Remove my adult beverage.
So I was starting to edit this, and I realized that the video was only 14 minutes long, and I was like, that's impossible because there's at least 11 minutes of footage of it burning, and there wasn't. And last time I filmed this, I actually got interrupted partway through because my phone rang. So who knows what caused it, but I'm not impressed with the way filming has went today. But you can see 4 minutes and 33 seconds. That's a pretty substantial amount of time already that it's been burning. And like I said, these are completely waterproof, so you're gonna get my, not my Swiss Army knife, I'm gonna get my US Army knife out, because I found that to get it to burn all the way, you gotta kind of break it up a little bit and move stuff around. But this is burning really well, and it's burning hot, guys. Like, I can feel the heat from it. If you were to fill that up with these, you would have a small little barbecue. I said it last time when it was filming, when it wasn't filming, I should say. It would be cool if they would, if they had fragrance that they put in the wax that they use for this. So. We haven't filmed out here in the yard for a while.
5 minutes and 20 seconds, and it is, hasn't even started burning all the way around yet, so we got a while.
If you were able to set one of these on like a bed of fairly dry grass, I think that would be just about perfect for actually building a campfire. So that's 13 minutes. That is about a minute and a half longer than the last one burned. And I think it has a lot to do with, like I said, I got it propped up to where it got oxygen around on all sides and didn't burn itself out by only touching on the top.
My wife is currently cleaning the dog's ears.
I think we're just about there. And time. Last video, that's a lot of burn time considering there's no other fuel source there. If you were out somewhere and you couldn't find a good bit of maybe some smaller stuff, a handful of those, you could probably get some larger wood going if you had some medium-sized kindling and things like that while you were trying to get that fire started. And I know some people go, well, you kept messing around with it. I mean, if you're building a campfire, you're gonna poke and prod at that a little bit to get things going. So to have that burning from underneath, and then when you figure if you do have some medium-sized tinder and things like that, those coals are going to start falling out, feeding that even more and causing that. And I mean, it speaks for itself. I don't have to say anything else. I really should just shut up and end this video. So if you guys like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. Go visit Fiberlight Firestarter. They have got some really good products. Ember Shirt Co. is also coming up. They're going to do a big giveaway once they launch. I'll have my shirts, the co-branded ones. So just keep an eye out for that, guys. This is going to be a longer video, even though I'm going to edit this and shorten it in post. So I love you guys. Follow things in the corner. If you like the videos, there's an applause tab below. If you're on YouTube, there's a tips tab below. They're the same thing. There's a join button below if you're watching on YouTube, and there's a join button below if you're watching on Full30. So guys, take it easy. It's been a long day. I have been filming since 8:30 this morning. It is currently 7:28 at night. So there we go. I will talk to you guys later.